All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Major League Baseball. On this week's episode of Why Trevor Bauer Isn't in Major League Baseball, let's go ahead and talk about Domingo German. With the Pirates, he made his 7th appearance, which would be his 2nd start. In his first start, he absolutely shoved, throwing 6 shutout innings against the Texas Rangers. Since then, he's not played well. In the next start, he gave up 8 runs against the Cubs. And then his next start, which is also against the Cubs at home, he also gave up 6 runs. And his current ERA is 7.84.
Jeez.
Yes. So this is the same player that pitched a perfect game for the Yankees last year.
The most recent perfect game in MLB history.
Now, do you remember why this guy's not playing for the Yankees anymore?
I do.
So in 2019, Domingo German was handed an 81-game suspension for violating the MLB's domestic violence policy when he was belligerent and physically violent towards his then girlfriend, now wife, at a CC Sabathia's charity event.
Wow.
So that happened in 2019. He served an 81-game suspension from that. So then he did come back and he threw his perfect game after that. Then again, what happened in 2023?
That's when he's intoxicated in the clubhouse and making an absolute scene. So the players have to hold him inside of a sauna while the team prepares for the game. He calms down, finally gets released. This is a big deal.
He did flip over furniture, mocking an injured teammate, which is kind of,
This is a dick move.
The team recommended that he attend rehab, which he agreed to. Believe it or not, he said the Yankees wouldn't pay me the $800,000 they still owed me if I didn't go to rehab. So that's why he went.
That was the reason he went?
That's the reason he went, because the Yankees threatened not to pay him. So why are we talking about this guy, right? This is the same guy, in my opinion, that has already had his 2nd chance in Major League Baseball and still blew it. Why the heck is Trevor Bauer not allowed in Major League Baseball?
Exactly. And the thing is Domingo German, it's not like there was even a found guilty. Like, everybody knows homeboy did this stuff. There's multiple counts. There's witnesses. This is a whole ordeal, dude.
Yeah, I have a hard time thinking about this when I think about this player and certain Mr. Bauer, and why this guy is allowed a 3rd opportunity to pitch for the Pirates.
Trevor can't even get a 2nd.
And I would consider Trevor Bauer to be a much more talented pitcher than Domingo German. So this is kind of where I'm thinking at when it comes to Trevor Bauer in Major League Baseball. I don't think the charges that were brought against him or any of that is the reason why he's not currently in Major League Baseball right now.
Right.
This guy did 2 things that jump out to me that basically disrespected the game that is keeping him out of Major League Baseball. 1, jacked up his finger right before a playoff start, cut his finger open, tried to make a start the day later, and was bleeding all over the place. So he didn't show respect for the game by messing around with a drone before he had a playoff start. Just mainly put that away until after the playoffs.
Not a great look, Trevor.
Not a great look. And then later, the next season, he decided to throw the ball over center field wall when he was being pulled out, which is kind of disrespecting your...
Bauer did that?
Yeah. That's disrespecting your manager. That's disrespecting your team. Not a good look. So those 2 reasons, plus his constant badgering of the MLB front office, starting issues with the MLB commissioner's office and all things like that. That's why he's staying. That's why he's not in baseball right now.
But again, though, Domingo German has had 2 chances to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor just needs 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not about the guy who's out for seemingly the same reason was allowed back in. And even though there's no charges, nothing was filed, no criminal charges were faced, and a lot of the accusations were considered false, he still is not allowed back in. So that's kind of why I'm saying this is another one of those things where it has nothing to do with the suspension. It has everything to do with the fact of how he treated baseball before. Keep in mind, this is a guy who's a Trevor Bauer supporter. I believe he belongs back in the league, should get a shot. I just think this is another piece there. Domingo German thing is why I think that's what's keeping him out.
I mean, it was just reported within the last day or so that he got multiple offers from the Dominican Winter League. There's no answers yet on whether he'll accept one of these offers or not. Obviously, he had an absolutely stellar season in the Mexican League, where he had 10 wins on 14 starts, led the league in strikeouts, and was 2nd in ERA.
So when Trevor Bauer talked about it, he said, yes, we have talks with Dominican teams from the Dominican Republic. Well, we haven't had any discussions about playing, but many teams from the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, and Mexico have contacted me. So right now, we are counting on everyone. I won't decide anything until the end of the season. I don't want to be distracted about what's happening here. So he's talking about at the time, the Mexican League was still going on there. Basically what he says, he's still trying to make a run towards Major League Baseball. That's what his goal is to be on a roster next year. We're here at DNA Sports Recap. We're rooting for you on that one.
100%. I mean, I do kind of want to talk a little bit about, though, like Mexican Baseball League is probably what, 4th, 5th in the world?
I'd say right about there, yeah.
I mean, because you got MLB, which is obviously the top players in the world playing Major League Baseball. Then the NPB, and then probably the Korean Baseball Organization is probably number 3-ish, right?
KBO, yeah, I'd put it there, yeah.
Where does Dominican Winter League stack up in this scale? Is this going to help is this going to help him get seen by more teams? Is this going to, as far as talent wise, because a lot of players say that the pitching in the NPB is some of the best pitching in the world. It might be better than the MLB pitching. The offense is better in MLB, but the pitching is better in the NPB. Would he benefit from going back to the NPB, pitching there, showing that he can compete with some of these great pitchers versus, making a move to the Dominican Winter League?
Well, the Dominican Winter League would be just that, Dominican Winter League.
Right, absolutely.
I don't know if that'd get in the way of going back to the MVB. I know he didn't want to go back there to win this the Samara Award, which is basically their version of the Cy Young.
Right.
Because nobody's won the Cy Young in both leagues. So he's something he wants to try and do.
Yeah, he'd be the first in the world.
Here's one of the statements that was made in that interview that kind of rubbed me the wrong way here when it comes to Trevor Bauer. And keep in mind, I'm a Bauer supporter. I do think he deserves a chance to be back in the league. But he did state there that there's not an MLB team that has 3 pitchers better than him as far as talent-wise, and that's an issue. I don't know about that.
Which MLB team do you think has 3 pitchers better than Bauer?
Let's start with your Braves. We got Chris Sale, Spencer Strider, Max Fried, and Charlie Morton are all. Mainly Charlie Morton is not better than Bauer. But the other 3, definitely I put in front of them.
Right.
Let's talk about my Dodgers, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
You've got Yoshinobu Yamamoto. You've got Tyler Glasnow.
I mean, Ohtani's back next year.
Not Max Fried.
Max Fried's great too.
Yeah, a little bit of slip there. Previewing a future off-season episode, by the way. Keep that in your mind if you're paying attention. But I also would have to say that Jack Flaherty would be a better pitcher than what he is currently. But to make the claim that no team has 3 pitchers that are better than Trevor Bauer, it's a bold claim, man, and I just don't think he backed it up.
Yeah, I think I disagree with that. The Braves have some great pitching, man.
Yeah, so we're rooting for you, Bauer. We hope you get a chance to get back in the Major League Baseball. So if not, we look forward to watching you in the MPB.
And honestly, just following your YouTube channel because it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Make sure you guys follow that.
Absolutely. But yeah, we want to hear from you folks. Let us know in the comments down below what you think about the whole Trevor Bauer situation, with Domingo German getting a 2nd and 3rd chance, being basically charged with the exact same thing Trevor Bauer's been. Do you think there's much of a standing there for that being the reason why he's no longer in the league? We'd love to hear from you. Let us know.
Absolutely.
We did hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel, so if you have not yet, please hit subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're giving the first $500 that we earn in AdSense revenue back to our subscribers. So if you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that giveaway.
And if you're watching on YouTube on one of our short videos, make sure you know this is available as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
With all that said, my name is Darren, that is AJ, and this has been the DNA Sports Recap.
Till next time.